So if you've clicked on this video, then you're probably curious, if not eager, to learn about the Big N's shady business deals. Well, fear not, dear viewer, for today, I'm going to show you just how much money Nintendo has stolen from. Let's start from the very beginning. What is a deluxe port? This is actually quite a tough question to answer because there are so many games that could be considered a deluxe port, although they don't have the name deluxe in the title. Take for instance Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. It has every qualification for a deluxe port but does not have the name deluxe. So why count it? Well, a deluxe port is essentially a ported Wii U game. The Wii U was Nintendo's previous console, did not sell too well. Of course, the Nintendo Switch is selling a lot better than the Wii U, and so Nintendo believed it would be a cheap way to make money. They could just port their old games to their new console with minimal changes, if not a couple of new game modes, graphical upgrades, etc. That's not to say that I don't like these games or that they shouldn't be ported over. Just because there are minimal upgrades does not mean that they aren't still good games at their core. Of course, I grew up with these games, I enjoyed them, I'm very glad that more people are able to enjoy them. So don't attack me in the comments saying that I don't want to see more people enjoy the games, that I want to put up a barrier. In fact, I'm going to show you in just a moment how Nintendo is actually doing that themselves rather than allowing people to buy the actual Wii U hardware. For the last 5 years, I've been advocating against these deluxe ports, and with heavy criticism in doing so. However, I believe now is the correct time to make this video, as recently Nintendo announced that they would not be making a new Mario Kart, as was rumored, and instead be adding a bunch of courses to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Of course, this content is welcomed. However, it seems now that more people are starting to adopt the same view that I had all those years ago. But the company won't hear my discontent, and it won't hear yours either, as dreadful as that sounds. Because in a capitalist mode of production, a company truly cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's the money. And this is where our problem lies, because these ports are not much more than the original games were. Of course, these games are multiple years old, again, some approaching a decade old. But where do they stand price-wise? Because a new game on Wii U doesn't exist anymore, but a new game on Switch does. You see, these Switch ports are not much different from their Wii U counterparts. Again, these games launched 5, 6, 7 years ago. So many of these games aren't worth the $60 price tag that Nintendo is placing on them. And I'll prove that to you. I've collected data, taking evidence from eBay, price charting being a very good resource for collectors, or for anyone hoping to find a good price on a game. Now, without further ado, let's get into the statistics. I will prove to you once and for all that these games are nothing more than a scam to empty out your wallet. Hold it! Before we begin the video, I'd like to note that the statistics you are about to see in the footage that you just saw were made on March 20th, 2022. Now, if this video releases as scheduled, it should be August 2022. Keep in mind then that prices have changed due to sales and big events such as the Wii U eShop closing. This will continue to happen, so if you're seeing this in 2023 and beyond, don't be surprised if I make some erroneous claims here, because it may not be the case in the future. That being said, let's get right into it. Mario Kart 8 was the first to receive the Deluxe treatment, getting a reveal in January of 2017. The game itself retails for $60, as all Nintendo Switch games do, although you can find it used for $40 and a Wii U copy for $15. The second game to get a deluxe release was Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament released in September 2017, and you can find it on store shelves for $60, a used copy for $35, or on Wii U for $15. May 2018 saw the release of not one, but 2 Wii U deluxe ports, the first being Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This game can still be found, of course, for $60 retail, $40 used, or $15 on Wii U. Not 2 weeks later, Nintendo released Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition worldwide on Nintendo Switch. It can still be found for $60 on Nintendo's eShop, can be found for $80 for a physical edition, or $15 for a physical Wii U edition. Just a few months later, Nintendo would release Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, simultaneously on 3DS and Nintendo Switch. You can still find this for $40 retail, $30 used, and a copy for $15 on Wii U. The next game to receive the Deluxe treatment was New Super Mario Bros. U in early 2019. This game was actually the first that Nintendo recognized the Deluxe treatment as an actual process for Wii U and Nintendo Switch games. You can still find it on the eShop or physically for $60, $45 used, or $20 on the Wii U, keeping in mind that this is the New Super Mario Bros. U plus New Super Luigi U bundle pack on Wii U. Nintendo would not release another Deluxe port until 2020, where they gave us Pikmin 3 Deluxe. This game can still be found for $60 retail, $35 used, and $20 on Wii U. In early 2021, in line with Mario's 35th anniversary, Nintendo released their most anticipated Deluxe game yet, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is the only Wii U port to have more than a few hours of extra content. This game retails for $60, can be found used for $40, and can be found on Wii U for only $15. And what if I told you that the Wii U games would still be cheaper even if you had to buy the console on top of that? It's true. A 32GB model Wii U will cost you around $160 nowadays, which means that even when compared to the cheapest options for these games on Nintendo Switch, the Wii U comes out on top as the cheaper platform to play these games on. So in this game give you the same experience, but this game costs you $25 more, well, what's the point in that? Now, I'm not going to claim that any of these Deluxe games are particularly bad. Of course they're not. Nintendo is porting them for a reason. They are fantastic games on the Wii U. They're not going to be a bad investment if you decide to pick one or two of them up on your Nintendo Switch. But if you're seriously invested in collecting or in playing these games, you have to take into account the amount of money you're going to spend again for a little extra content, with the exception maybe being Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now. But to claim that to buy all of these games on Nintendo Switch is a better financial investment is statistically untrue. The main problem arises from Nintendo's greedy business practices. They understand that the Nintendo Switch is wildly successful, that Nintendo has a massive fan base who wants to play their games both new and old. However, they also understand that they can get away with pricing their games as a new game, even though these games are again 5 to 8 years old at this point. To put it simply, Nintendo understands the value of their old games, and hopefully now you do too. Thank you all for making it to the end of this video. I know that it has been a very, very long time since I have actually uploaded. This project was actually a massive undertaking for me for many reasons, mostly because I did not have the expertise in editing softwares that I'm currently mastering at the moment. If you found this video interesting, if you haven't already, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I'm a very small content creator, and anything at this point helps. It helps me understand what you guys like watching. It helps me understand what's interesting and what kind of content I should be making in the future. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.